I'm off to the bar-filled streets of Glasgow to track the murders of the 1970s weekend killer. There are 3 women from Glasgow linked to the serial killer, linked because of the surprisingly similar circumstances in which all 3 were killed. The first victim was 20-year-old Anna Kenny. On Saturday, the 6th of August 1977, Anna headed out with her friend, Wilma Sutherland. Anna and Wilma were celebrating their first pay packet from their new job at the local bottling factory. Locals packed the pub, celebrating the weekend. The pair were seen talking to friends, and one witness remembers Anna kissing a young man. Anna and the man left the hurdy-gurdy pub, which used to stand here in Lister Street round about 11 p.m. and then they walked in the direction of the town where Anna was going to catch a bus or a taxi home. At about 11:45, on the corner of Lister Street and Baird Street, the man left Anna by herself, and she was never seen alive again. Anna's family alerted the police to her disappearance, but they quickly ruled out most suspects, including the man she had left the bar with. The police went on a massive search to find Anna, including sweeping the Forth and Clyde Canal. Despite these efforts, the case went cold. The women of Glasgow soon went back to their regular day-to-day lives, unaware of how dangerous the nightlife of the city was becoming. Just over 2 months later, the weekend killer struck again. 36-year-old mother of 2, Hilda McCauley, decided to go on a rare night out on the 1st of October 1977. Hilda had been out at the famed Plaza Ballroom. She was last seen in the early hours of Sunday morning collecting her jacket from the cloakroom, although no one saw her leave the venue. She effectively disappeared without a trace. There was no need for a massive search party. Only a few hours later, on Sunday morning, a father and his son out hunting rabbits in the long grass found Hilda's body. She was discovered 25 miles from the Plaza Ballroom along the route to Greenock. What the pair discovered was truly traumatizing. Hilda's half-naked body had been left in what locals regarded as a lover's lane. She'd been strangled and sexually assaulted. Police acted instantly and began what remains to this day one of the city's biggest ever investigations. They interviewed over 1,200 people, but sadly, nothing of note was uncovered. Unfortunately, as in Anna's case, the hunt for Hilda's killer went cold, leaving the city with an unsolved mystery. And once again, the killer lay dormant for 2 months. Our final victim in this sequence of attacks is 23-year-old children's nurse Agnes Cooney. Like the 2 women before her, on the night that she disappeared, she was out socializing with friends. On Friday, the 2nd of December 1977, Agnes and a fellow nurse, Gina Barclay, headed out to meet with Gina's partner and watch an Irish band play. The gig was at what was once the Claddagh Social Club here on Westmoreland Street, which is just a short walk from the Plaza Ballroom. Like Hilda, Agnes was inside the establishment, and staff remember her saying goodbye, but no one saw her leave. Agnes just simply disappeared. When Agnes didn't arrive at work the next day, her colleagues alerted her family, who in turn called the police. The search for Agnes would also be short-lived. On Sunday, the 4th of December, a local farmer came across her body. The farmer had been out on his tractor, driving past some fields, when something caught his eye. It was Agnes's badly mutilated body. Her hands had been tied behind her back, and it was easy to establish the cause of death, a knife wound to her neck. She, too, had been sexually assaulted. 2 brutally victimized women's bodies had been discovered. Glasgow, it seemed, was home to a deranged killer. The police believed that both cases were linked and so dubbed the culprit the weekend killer and appealed to young women not to leave dance halls unescorted. Agnes's murder investigation went cold and her killer was still very much free. 2 years later, two shepherds from Skipness, a village 115 miles north of Glasgow, found a body buried in just under 2 feet of soil. The skeletal remains belonged to Anna Kenny. Finally, she'd been found. With the bodies of 3 women now recovered, it was official. Glasgow had its very own serial killer. But who was he? And were Hilda, Agnes, and Anna his only victims?